Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. In today's video, we're doing my May perfume tray. Also, in these perfume tray videos, I always do a recap of the month before to let you know how I'm feeling about the fragrances that I chose for that month, whether or not I'm going to keep them in my collection or not. And this is just a really great way for me to rotate through my fragrances and really make sure I'm getting to know my perfumes. I try very, very hard to stick with the perfumes in my tray, but sometimes that doesn't always work out. I do get a lot of new fragrances. I'm always testing new fragrances out, so it's a balancing act. But this month in April, I did stick to my tray pretty well. I even have some empties. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you will consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that you are notified when I upload. I do try to upload at least 2 videos per week. And to all of my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I truly appreciate you. Let's get into this video. Okay, April's perfume recap. So the first one on my tray was Flowerbomb by Viktor and Rolf. This is one that we are all pretty familiar with. I love wearing this fragrance and I loved wearing it in April. I found that April was a really great time to wear this. I feel like this is a rainy day perfume for some reason, like not necessarily for cold weather, but not necessarily for hot, you know, those middle days. I really like wearing this fragrance during that time. So enjoyed Flowerbomb. If you don't know what this smells like, this is flower, really sweet, very feminine, very girly, and my favorite part is the patchouli. So I know not everybody's a patchouli fan, but I think the patchouli in here is done really well. It's very clean, it's very warm, it doesn't smell earthy to me, and it just smells feminine and sexy. This is a great date night perfume, and I feel like this is a fragrance that men really like on women. So that is by Viktor and Rolf, Flowerbomb. All right, I have an empty here. I have an empty decant. This is Ani by Nishane, and I finished the decant. I wore this one a lot in the month of April. I did dip into the bottle a couple of times, but I had this full decant to finish, and I was determined to finish this in April. So Ani got worn a lot, and I felt like this was a great time for Ani. It's a spicy, citrusy, green vanilla. So it's starting to get a little too warm for this fragrance where I live, but last month I feel like it was perfect, and I'm going to put it away for a little while. Has absolutely amazing performance, but I just feel like it's starting to get a little too strong for hot weather. But if you like spicy, if you like green vanillas, you definitely need to give this a shot. It's a polarizing fragrance. Not everybody loves this, so you know, definitely try before you buy, but this was love at first sniff for me. I got the decant and I was really not expecting to like this because I don't typically like green fragrances, but this one just blew my socks off. So that is by Nishane Ani. A perfume that I just dipped into so many times this month. I wore this one a lot. This is a new bottle. So this dent you see is damage done in April. I reached for this one a ton. It was very difficult to not reach for this one. I still want to reach for this one. It is addicting. I don't know what is in here. I really can't even put my finger on it. When I wear this fragrance, I can't specifically put my finger on why I just adore this fragrance. I think they put something in here. There's crack in here or something. I don't know, but it is so addicting and I can't get enough. This is sweet, juicy plum. It's very ripe, but not overly ripe. There's pink pepper in the opening, and then there's some rose. There's a lot of musk in the base, and the musk is just so beautiful. It smells like the most intoxicating, beautiful, feminine, musky vibe. Sweet, juicy, but somehow kind of that clean musk at the same time. Not clean as in clean, not as in like laundry detergent clean, but clean as in your skin. You got out of the shower and you smell like the most amazing clean skin. You use the most expensive shampoo and soap that you can find. That's what you smell like, and I love this fragrance. I didn't think this had very good performance at first. I only got about 4 hours when I first got this fragrance, but then as it has settled and the Last couple of times I've worn this, I've gotten better performance out of it, so I'm super happy about that. I've actually gotten about 6, maybe 7 hours out of this fragrance, and the projection seems to be getting better. I seem to be able to smell it longer and farther. You know, the scent bubble seems to be bigger than it was when I first got it, so I don't know if it just needed time to settle. I'm not really sure, but I just absolutely love this fragrance, and I don't know why, but it is one of the fragrances I reach for the most. Did I even tell you guys the name of this in the beginning? I don't know. But this is by Narciso Rodriguez, Musc Noir Rose. Another one I enjoyed so much, and that's the thing about April's perfume tray. I loved every single one of the fragrances I had on my tray. There are no fragrances on this rotation that I am even remotely considering decluttering. I loved every single one of them. And this is no exception. This is by Clean Reserve. This is Radiant Nectar. I love this perfume, especially for just everyday wear. You know, just that everyday, easy reach, super beautiful, feminine springtime fragrance. And this is a fruity, floral, musky fragrance. So this has pear in the opening, and it really just gives it a sweetness that I just love. And then there are florals in here, and then a very, very musky base. Again, musky as in out of the shower musky, your skin but better musky, not clean as in laundry detergent or dryer sheet, not like that. That's my favorite kind of musk. I love musk that smells like your skin but better type of musks, and this is definitely what I smell in here. So really enjoyed this one. This is by Clean Reserve Radiant Nectar. Of course, we have my very loved Pas Ce Soir from the house of BDK. I actually didn't reach for this one that much in April. I did a few times, but I went through an entire decant of this fragrance first before I bought this bottle, and I feel like I burned through it very quickly. I was reaching for it just nonstop. I absolutely love this fragrance, and I kind of got a little, you know, I wore it too much, I think. So I need to put this one away for just a little while. Not that I don't love it, because I do, but I'm just kind of not tired of it. That's not the right word, but I need a break. We need a break. So Pas Ce Soir is a beautiful, spicy, ginger and black pepper in the opening. There's quince in here. There's orange. It's very spicy but fruity at the same time, like juicy, sweet, fruity. And then there is also woodiness in the base. There's white florals in here too, so it's kind of interesting. I get this fruity floral vibe from this, but I also get a spicy kick in the opening and then a very woody dry down. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's super unique, and I love this fragrance, but you know, I just need to put her away for a little while. So that is by the house of BDK, Pas Ce Soir. All right, this was my Easter perfume, and this is by Reminiscence Heliotrope. I wore this more than just Easter, but this is an amazing, amazing affordable gem. I think I paid around $30-ish for this fragrance, and it is one of my very loved and reached for fragrances. If you like fig, if you like almond perfumes, if you like whimsical fairy tale type of fragrances, obviously there's heliotrope in here. It just smells like a sweet fig, almond, heliotrope, yummy, delicious vanilla fragrance. It just reminds me of Easter so much. It reminds me of a fairy tale. Like I said, it's very whimsical. It's just very springtime. I mean, this bottle, the color of the bottle screams spring. And honestly, this is like the representation of Easter for me. I don't know what it is about this, but it almost has this like Jordan almond or like candied almond vibe to it. I love it. I just love it so much. The performance is really good and just a fantastic affordable gem. So that is by Reminiscence Heliotrope. One that is quite like it, but different, not the same. Definitely not the same price point. This is by Xerjoff, and this is Shunkoin. This is a very Easter-like fragrance to me too. This reminds me of a fairy tale whimsical type of fragrance, but this is more like, I picture myself sitting outside, and I smell a lot of the woodiness from outside. You know, I smell the woods of outside, I guess you could say. And I'm also eating the most delicious almond and coconut cookie. And then I'm drinking a cup of tea. That's what I picture when I wear this fragrance. It is beautiful. Well, this is a fragrance that is vaulted, so the notes are vaulted. We don't really know what's in here, but I'm pretty sure there's coconut in here. This smells like almonds, coconut. I definitely get that gourmandish cookie feel to this fragrance, but then you have woody notes, so it's not a full-on gourmand, and I get a tea vibe in here for sure. It's kind of powdery. I definitely pick up vanilla, Oh, beautiful fragrance. So that is by Xerjoff Shunkoin. All right, and next up we have by Parfums de Marly. This is Meliora. This is such a beautiful fragrance. It's brand new to my collection, so the dent you see here is all from April, and I wore this one a lot. I do have to overspray this fragrance. That's another reason why there's such a dent in here, but this is a beautiful, easy reach springtime fragrance. I feel like this is the epitome of spring. Something about spring reminds me of fairy tale whimsical-like things. When I think of this fragrance, I think of fairies, fairy tale creatures, picking berries in the forest. You know, there's a little bit of a greenness to this. There's cassis in here. I get a lot of the red berries in this fragrance. If you like red berries, and if you like the idea of a little bit of a green touch, but not over the top, not too much green, not a sharp or harsh green, it really fits in this perfume pretty well. Gives it a little bit of character, so it's not just a sweet, fruity, musky fragrance. Although this is not an overly complex fragrance by any means. This is a simple, easy, pretty girl fragrance to wear in the springtime. I really wouldn't be in the mood to wear this in the fall and winter, but spring and summer, this is perfect. It's not too much. It's not cloying. There's musk in here, so it kind of gives you that clean skin vibe. I think there's a little bit of vanilla in here too to sweeten it up, but it's not thick or dense in any way. It's got some florals in here as well. It's so beautiful. So this is by Parfums de Marly Meliora. Another springtime fragrance. Nothing makes me think of spring like this. This is Deja Vu White Flower 57 from Kayali. My favorite Kayali to wear in the spring. I wear this perfume a lot. As you can see by the dent, I've dipped into this bottle, but I went through an entire 10 ml before I got this bottle, and once I go through this, I'll get the biggest size because I adore this perfume. This reminds me a lot of Vanilla 28 in the base. There's a lot of Vanilla 28 in here, I feel like. But the opening is nectarine, sweet, sweet, juicy nectarine. I just love it. And then there's a lot of white florals in here, but not indolic. It's blended very well. It's smooth. It's not too much. It's not sharp. I always say I feel like this would be a great perfume for beginners, like a really good white floral for beginners. It's sweet, but not too sweet, and it's just beautiful. I just love it. I get decent performance out of this. I do, again, have to overspray it on my clothes, but once I do, I usually get a pretty nice scent bubble. I can smell it for a good portion of the day, and I do enjoy this one quite a bit. So that is by Kayali, Deja Vu White Flower 57. The last one on my tray for April is one of my all-time favorite perfumes. This is Dama Bianca, and it is completely gone. I burned through this 30 ml, not all of it in the month of April, but I think it was pretty full when I first started. I mean, I think it was like maybe up to here. Anyway, my point is I wore the crap out of this in April. This was a perfect springtime fragrance. I couldn't stop wearing it. And I wanted to share with you guys a combo. I know some people complain about the performance of Dama Bianca, so I have been layering it with the Boom Dia Bright Cream from Sol de Janeiro. This is pretty close smelling to this. It's not exactly the same, but it definitely amplifies this fragrance. This has the same base, I feel like. Yeah, it definitely has similar vibes for sure. It has the same base and they smell fantastic together. And if you layer Dama Bianca over this lotion, it will project and it will help this fragrance perform. I love this combination. I won't wear Dama Bianca without this lotion now. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. So if you struggle with the performance of Dama Bianca, give this combination a try. Just so you know as well, I did get a full 100 ml of Dama Bianca. Don't worry, I'm not going to be without this perfume. Dama Bianca is a lifer for me. I love it. It's kumquat and lime in the opening. It has some florals in the mid and then a beautiful vanilla and woody base. It is magical. It is spring and summer in a bottle. It is my vanilla for spring and summer. So that is Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pick out the 10 fragrances for the month of May. First up, we have a fragrance I have been dying to start wearing. I got this for my birthday. This is by Simone Andreoli, Malibu Party in the Bay. I was going to force myself to wait until further into summer to wear this, but I can't. I just need to wear this fragrance. I love it. I did not blind buy this. I tested it first. This is lime and coconut, some rum. It smells like a beach party. I'm in the mood for that. I'm ready to party on the beach. I'm ready to go to pool parties. I'm ready for all of that. I am so ready for the summer. So I'm super excited. This is summer in a bottle. I will warn you, if you do not like lime fragrances, you will not like this because that is the star of the show in here for me. I get a lot of the lime, and yeah, it just smells like a Malibu party in the bay. That's a great name for this. This also has amazing performance, and I'm so excited to dip into this. So that is Malibu Party in the Bay by Simone Andreoli. Up next, we have by Carolina Herrera. This is Good Girl Blush. I just recently got this in the Sephora VIB sale, and I'm super excited to wear this. This is gonna be the epitome of spring. You know, we're transitioning here where I live. We're going from spring into summer right now. It's starting to it's in the 70s today, but we've had 80-degree days, and I feel like next week we're supposed to have all 80s, 70, 80 degrees, and I think this is the time to pull this one out. I think once it gets into the 80s, 90s, I don't know that I'll be able to wear this. This isn't necessarily a summertime fragrance as much as I feel like it is appropriate for spring. This is pretty sweet, but it's not too sweet, but I feel like it might get cloying in the hot weather. But in the springtime, this is beautiful. This is a simple fragrance. It's not overly complex, but mostly what I get is citruses in the opening, and then I get a lot of peony. There's peony in here and rose, but I get peony more than anything, and I love it. And again, that really reminds me of spring. And then the base is a lot of vanilla, like a creamy vanilla that I get in here. And I think that might be why it won't be something I'd want to reach for in the dead heat. But beautiful fragrance, very easy, pretty girl, not overly complex. I also get really good performance out of this, so yeah, I really like this release. Plus I really like this bottle. Look at this color, it's so pretty. Love it. Doesn't it just scream spring to you? I love it so much. So that is Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. Speaking of baby pink bottles, we have by Burberry. This is Burberry Elixir. And I had no plans to buy this. I did not think I was going to like this because I am not at all a fan of the original. This to me smells different. This does not smell like the original. I know some people think it does, but it's just not vibing that way for me. Everything that I don't like about the original has been taken out and left with this gorgeous, beautiful, creamy, strawberry, almost lactonic feeling fragrance. There are no lactonic notes in here, but there's sandalwood, and I guess that's what's causing that creaminess, because this smells like a strawberry milkshake to me in a perfume way. Not a literal photorealistic strawberry milkshake, but I definitely think of a creamy strawberry milkshake when I smell this. This is amazing performance, and it smells so good. It's so delicious. I just love this fragrance. So that is by Burberry, Burberry Elixir. Okay, a fragrance that I feel like I might be the only one who likes this perfume. Not really. I know there's other people who like it, but this perfume gets some hate. When it first came out, it got some hate. People did not seem to care for this fragrance or this flanker, but I love it. This is by Lancome, and this is La Vie Belle, the Soleil Cristal, I think is what it's called. I always forget the name. Soleil Cristal, I believe, is the name. Anyway, I think this is gorgeous. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful coconut and vanilla fragrance. It is very strong. So again, this is that perfume I want to wear before the weather gets too hot. This is definitely a transition into summer fragrance. It smells very coconutty. I love the coconut in here. No, it's not the most realistic coconut smell ever, but it smells so good. It's delicious. I love it. I love the coconut and vanilla. Those are the two main notes I get in this fragrance. I get a ton of that creamy, yummy vanilla and a ton of a creamy, yummy coconut with kind of a La Vie Belle base. I do smell some of the original La Vie Belle in here. I don't think there's patchouli in here though. Don't quote me on that, but I don't pick up a lot of the patchouli that I get in the original. The original La Vie Belle, I'm not a hater of. I don't hate that fragrance. I don't love it either, but this is probably is this my favorite flanker? Yeah, this is my favorite flanker of La Vie Belle. I don't own the original, but I love this one. Amazing performance. This will last you all day. If you're looking for a fragrance that's transitional from spring to summer that will actually last, if you're looking for a coconut fragrance that lasts all day, this has amazing performance. It will take you through your entire day and people will smell you. So I think this is a great fragrance. This is by Lancome La Vie Belle Soleil Cristal. Of course, I am putting the new Juliet Has a Gun Lust for Sun in my rotation. I fell madly in love with this. This was love at first sniff. I blind bought this, which is kind of funny because I don't really jive very well with this house normally, but this one I just completely adore. I think it smells so, so good. This is white floral, definitely white florals and some coconut. I think some people were expecting a more beachy, tropical, coconutty perfume, and if you're not a fan of white florals, you will not like this fragrance. This is white floral dominant for sure. Make no mistake about that. Yes, it has coconut in it, but lots and lots and lots of white florals. Now, I have a high tolerance for white florals, so this does not feel indolic to me at all, but some people, I think there are people out there who think that the white florals are too much. So I would say you definitely need to get your nose on this. To me, this smells very smooth. I don't smell anything sharp in here. Some people are saying they get a lot of gardenia in the opening, but I don't. I smell gardenia in here, but it's not the star of the show. I smell the other white florals too. It just kind of smells like a nice blend of white florals to me. And then I do pick up that creamy, yummy coconut in here. Oh, I just love, this is a perfume made for me. You know, this is a Jackie perfume right here. I wore this on my birthday, for my birthday dinner, and this is gonna be so gorgeous. It has pretty decent performance too. So that was the reason why I was kind of hesitant about this perfume, because I don't have luck with Juliet Has a Gun performance. All the other fragrances I've tried from the house, I cannot get them to perform on me, but this one I get really great performance on. So really suggest that you get your nose on it, but do not blind buy it. Especially if you're iffy on white florals, just, you gotta go test it, okay? Test it, but I love it. So this is Juliet Has a Gun Lust for Sun. Another one I got for my birthday is my very first Initio fragrance in my collection. This is Psychedelic Love. I had tested this a while back ago, like a year and a half ago. Didn't know what to think about it and tested it again recently and fell madly in love, and I think this is so beautiful. I've worn this a few times. I've snuck in wears of this fragrance even though it wasn't on my tray for April, but I just think that this is such a gorgeous heliotrope fragrance. This is ylang ylang and heliotrope, and apparently I'm a big fan of heliotrope. I've been so into that note lately. This is a very hard fragrance to explain. I get a lot of the ylang ylang, I get a lot of the heliotrope, and I get a lot of the sandalwood in the base. But everything is so well blended in here. It's sweet. It has a small sweetness to it, but it is not overly sweet, but just enough for me because I like sweetness in my perfumes. This is going to be a perfect transition from spring to summer fragrance in my opinion. I just enjoy this one so much. And my husband gave me a compliment on this one. He asked me, "What are you wearing?" He's like, "It really lingers, you know? It's not offensive and in your face, but it's really present and it's just kind of like softly in the air. It's very present, very aware that you're wearing a perfume that smells amazing, but not like obnoxious in your face. It's just perfection. And I think it's beautiful. So this is by Initio Psychedelic Love. Up next, we have the new My Way. This is the Parfum. This is beautiful. I tested this first before I bought it. I got it in the Sephora VIB sale, and it's gorgeous. If you like iris fragrances, you need to give this a try. Even if you don't like the original My Way, you still should get your nose on this because it doesn't smell the same. This still has tuberose in it, but it's not an overly in-your-face bubblegummy tuberose like the original. Well, let me be clear. I love the original. I'm a huge fan of the original, so I'm not bashing the original My Way, but some people don't like that bubblegummy tuberose. I love it. Love bubblegummy tuberose. Like, the more bubblegummy, the better for me. But this is not that. This has a gorgeous note of iris in here, and that is definitely the star of the show. There's still vanilla in here, but I feel like the musk in the base is more prominent than the vanilla, and the bottle's gorgeous. So if you love iris fragrances, you definitely need to give this one a try. Don't shy away from this one if you hate the original. This is nothing like, well, I don't want to say nothing like the original. There is a small smidge of the original DNA in here. You just get your nose on it. Great performance, great fragrance in my opinion. fantastic release from Armani. So that is the new My Way Parfum. All right, up next we have an affordable gem. This one's been around for a while. This one came out in 2003. This is by Burberry, and this is Burberry Brit. This is absolutely underrated in my opinion, and you can get this for a really affordable price. I think like around $30, $40 for this fragrance, and it is beautiful. I love the opening of this. The opening has almond, and it has lime and pear. I have a thing for lime. I don't know what my deal is, but I love it. And then there's candied almonds in here as well. Beautiful. There's also sugar and peony. There's some vanilla, and there's some woody notes in the base. Really underrated gem, very affordable gem in my opinion. The performance is only okay. It's not great. I do have to reapply this one in the middle of the day, but it's just an easy reach, super pretty springtime fragrance that is not very expensive, so I guess I don't mind having to reapply this one, especially if I'm just going to be chilling, you know, if it's just one of those easy days, easy springtime relaxed days. This is just beautiful. I really, really love the lime in the opening of this fragrance, so looking forward to wearing this one. This is by Burberry Brit. Up next, we have a brand new one to my collection. I got this one in the Sephora VIB sale as well. This is by Kilian, and this is Princess. I had resisted getting this for the longest time because everybody said the performance was really bad, and I was like, okay. And I didn't even really know if I'd like it because it has green tea in it, and I thought it was kind of a risky, I don't know, sometimes I don't like green notes, like green tea just didn't sound appealing to me, but it's absolutely beautiful. I was so wrong about everything. All my preconceived notions of this fragrance, I was dead wrong. It has gorgeous ginger, and there's lemon in the opening. It has some fruity notes in here. I think there's like peach and apple, but I don't pick that up. I just pick up a lot of ginger. I pick up a lemon vibe in the opening for sure. Kind of a, I don't know, it just gives me this spring and summer feel with that fresh and spicy ginger. And then I do get a lot of the green tea in here, but it absolutely works. It smells so good. It just makes the fragrance, in my opinion. It gives it some character, so it's not just your typical sweet, fruity marshmallow fragrance. But the dry down of this, I get so much marshmallow in this, like fluffy, delicious marshmallow. But to me, it's not too sweet. Although I did get a comment from someone saying that the marshmallow in here is so sweet on them that they couldn't wear it in the summertime. I have a high tolerance for sweet fragrances, so I'm not going to find this cloying. But I can see how some people wouldn't want to wear this in the heat. But it does have this gorgeous marshmallow and vanilla base that I just freaking love. This has got to be one of my favorite, if not my favorite marshmallow fragrance at the moment. Which is kind of funny because I just got it. But man, this was love at first sniff. I mean, I am in love with this fragrance. And I'm kind of mad that I waited so long to get it because it is beautiful. So this is by Kilian Princess. And last but not least, a very risky, very risky and very successful blind buy was by Amouage, and this is Lilac Love. The bottle got me, but I'm so excited that the fragrance really worked out for me. So the opening of this has a lot of florals. So the florals in here are heliotrope, lilac, gardenia, jasmine, peony, and rose. Middle notes are cacao, tonka bean, and orris, and then in the base you have vanilla, sandalwood, and patchouli. This is a very powdery fragrance from the heliotrope. I do pick up a lot of the lilac as well. I have heard some people say that they thought this smelled like Choco Violet from Mancera, but I do not get the comparisons between those two fragrances. I mean, I do get the comparisons because you have like purple flower and chocolate together, so I get, it makes sense that people are comparing the two, but for me personally, I do not think they smell the same. Choco Violet, when I first got it, I thought I liked it, but there was violet in there, and it was a strong violet. And the more I wore it, the more it like came forward on my skin, and I ended up hating that perfume. I went from liking it to really disliking it, and I ended up getting rid of it. I decluttered Choco Violet. The violet was just too much. My skin pulled that note out, and I don't think there's violet in here. There's heliotrope and lilac, which are also purple flowers like violet, but I don't smell a sharp violet note in here at all. So if you don't like Choco Violet and that kind of scares you when you hear the comparisons of the two, you might still want to get your nose on this anyway, because I don't like Choco Violet and I love this perfume. So if you like lilac, although there are other florals, keep that in mind. It's not just lilac. Like I said, there's gardenia, there's peony, there's rose. So it kind of smells like a concoction of florals, but I do pick out lilac in here for sure. There's definitely cacao in here, and I guess mixed with the vanilla and the sandalwood, it kind of gives off this creamy chocolate vibe on my skin, and it's beautiful. Great performance on this one, and I'm super excited to wear it in the month of April. That is by Amouage Lilac Love. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. That is my April perfume recap and the new fragrances for my May perfume tray. And let me know in the comment section if you've tried any of these fragrances. What are your thoughts? Do you love them? Do you hate them? If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!